Welcome back, dear students. So let's continue with the last exercise. So today we will be doing question number 11. So let's see the solution. Let's read the question first. So a wire, when bent in the form of a square, encloses an area of 196 centimeters square. Okay, if the same wire is bent to form a circle, find the area of the circle. Okay, so understand this situation. So there's a wire, okay, and when you convert this wire into a square, okay, so if you from this wire, if you form a square, its area, its area will be how much? It will be 196 centimeters square. Okay, question is asking you, if you convert the same wire into a circle, what will be the area enclosed by the circle? What will be the area? That's what you need to find, right? Okay, so having understood about question or what is the meaning of question, let's see the solution of this. Okay, so we have from the given condition, see, since you are making use of the same wire for forming the square and the circle, so from here what you can observe is the circumference, length of the boundary of the circle will be equals to the perimeter of the square, isn't it? So that's why, see, first and foremost you need to understand this case. Circumference of the circle and perimeter of the square will be same because both are being formed from the same wire. Okay, now it is given that the area of the square is 196 centimeters square, and you know that the formula for finding area of the square is a square, isn't it? Okay, so a square is 196, so that's why a will be square root of 196, which is 14. That means the value of a is 14 means what? It means that each side of that square is 14. So if each side of the square is 14, then the circumference, okay, so you know this is the thing that is given to us. The formula for circumference is 2 pi r and the perimeter formula is 4a. Now let's put the value. So 2 is there, pi is 22 by 7, r we don't know the radius, okay, so radius is r itself, and is equals to 4a, a is 14. Okay, so what I have done here, bring the 7 here, 2 and 22 goes to the denominator, okay, and when you simplify this it becomes 98 by 11. So that means the radius is 98 by 11 centimeter. Is that clear? Okay, so if this is so, then the area of the circle formed will be pi r square. Now you know the radius, so that's why pi r square gives you the area. So pi is 22 by 7, r is 98 by 11, so r square becomes 98 by 11 into 98 by 11. So when you simplify this, your answer turns out to be 249.45 centimeters square. So this will be the area of the circle enclosed. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down your solution. Let's move to the next question. So question says the diameter of a wheel is 0.70 meter. So there's a wheel. Okay, so all of you know this wheel is in which shape? This is in a circular shape, and its diameter is given. Remember, its diameter is given. So you need to find the distance covered by it in 500 revolutions. Okay, now just try and understand what am I trying to say. Okay, suppose this wheel, okay, so let me mark a point out here. So let me mark this point in the wheel. Okay, so when it covers one revolution, suppose if it rotates and covers this much of distance, let's say, see, this is the starting position A, and if it covers this much of distance when it rotates for exactly one revolution, okay, so if it rotates exactly for one revolution, then this distance covered, the distance covered when it rotates by one revolution will be the circumference of the wheel. Okay, so this is the very important thing that you need to know. So that means one revolution completes or covers circumference of the wheel. Is this clear? Okay, so having understood this thing, let's see the solution of this. So if the wheel takes, so the first thing is you need to find what is the distance covered by it in 500 revolutions. So first and foremost, so given is diameter, that is 0.70 meter. So that means your radius is going to be just half of it, which is 0.35 meter. Now why am I finding the radius? Because I want to find the circumference, and that circumference gives you how much distance is covered in one revolution, right? So that's why, see, we know distance covered in one revolution will be circumference of the wheel. And you know distance, see, if you see, question is asking you to find what is the distance covered in 500 revolution. So if the distance covered in one revolution is circumference of the wheel, then distance covered in 500 revolutions will be 500 times circumference of the wheel. So we have 500, circumference is given by 2 pi r. Okay, so pi is 22 by 7, r is 0.35. Okay, when you simplify this, you will get that this will be equals to 1100 meter. So that means in 500 revolutions, this particular wheel will cover a distance of 1100 meter. So we got our first answer. Okay, now if the wheel takes 5 minutes to make 500 revolutions, find its speed in meter per second, and another thing is you have to find speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, now you know one formula, that is, see, since they are asking you to find speed, so you know speed is calculated using this formula, that is distance by time. Okay, so for 500 revolutions, how much distance is covered? Do we have that? Yes, so we have distance and we have time also. Time is given in minutes, so that's why I'll be able to find the speed. Okay, so let's see how to find the speed. So basically what is given here is, see, time is given to 5 minutes, but since they are asking in seconds, we'll convert this 5 minutes into seconds. So for that I'll multiply with 60, you get 300 seconds. Okay, now first answer has to be meter per second. So our answer is in meter here, and here also we have got second. So that's why speed in meter per second will be distance by time. Distance is 1100 divided by time is 300. So when you do the cancellation, your answer turns out to be 3 and 2 by 3 meter per second. So this is the speed in meter per second. That is the first answer. Now there is a very important formula to remember, So this is the formula. That means if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, then you have to multiply by 5 by 18. But if you want to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, if you want to convert this way, then you have to multiply by 18 by 5. So that's why, see here, if you want to find speed in kilometer per hour, then you have to multiply speed in meter per second to 18 by 5. I told you same thing, right? You multiply this by 18 by 5. I have done the same thing. Now speed in meter per second is 11 by 3, right? So here you see, after cancellation it will turn into 66 by 5, which is equals to 13.2 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this will be the speed in kilometer per hour, and this will be the speed in meter per second. So basically this plays a major role in this particular problem. This conversion is very, very important. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down your solution. Let's see the last question for the day. So again, it's a similar kind of problem. A roller has a diameter 1.4 meter. You need to find its circumference. A roller and a wheel both plays the same role. So basically diameter is given to be this much, 1.4. We'll find the radius, which will be just half of this, which is 0.7 meter. So that's why let's find the circumference of the roller. So circumference will be 2 pi r. Okay, so 2 pi r, and we have pi is 22 by 7, r is 0.7. Simplify this, this will turn into 1.4 meter. Okay, so this is my first answer. Now you need to find number of revolutions it makes in traveling 61.6 meter. Now all of you know by now, so one circumference, okay, one revolution covers a distance of circumference of the roller, right? So that's why the distance or the revolutions made in 4.4 meter distance. 4.4 is a circumference. So if the wheel travels 4.4 meter, that is the circumference, then the wheel or the roller covers a revolution of 1. Is that clear? Now, the revolutions made in 1 meter will be this 1.4 goes to the 4.4 goes to the denominator, but they are asking you to find the number of revolutions made in 61.6 meter. So, if you want to find revolutions made in 61.6 meter, you have to multiply this by 61.6. So, basically I am making use of unitary method. First find for 1 meter, okay, how much ever you get, to that you will multiply by how much you want to find. That is, we will multiply this by 61.6. So when you simplify this, okay, when you simplify this turn into 14. That means to cover a distance of 61.6 meter by the roller, it needs to make a revolution of 14 revolutions. Okay, so that's what is the meaning of this particular question. Find the area of the circle whose circumference is equal to the sum of the lengths of the circumferences with radii 15 centimeter and 13 centimeter. So try to understand this case. Okay, so there are two circles. Okay, so there is one bigger circle whose radius is given to be 15 centimeter, and it's the smaller one's radius is given to be 13 centimeter. So there are two circles given to you. Okay, now you know you will be able to find its circumference, isn't it? It will be 2 pi r, and r is 15 here, and its circumference is going to be 2 pi r. R is 13 here. Okay, so this circumference and this circumference. So when you add these two, you will get one more circumference of the biggest circle. Okay, so when you add these two, this will give you the circumference of this biggest circle. Now question is asking you to find what is the area of this biggest circle. Suppose if I call, see, I don't know what is the radius of this biggest circle. So if I call the radius to be r, then its area will be pi r square, isn't it? Okay, and its circumference will be how much? It will be 2 pi r. And this circumference is equals to how much? Sum of this and this. That's what the question says. Okay, so first and foremost, find what is the value of r, and after finding the value of r, we will find area using this particular formula. Okay, I hope the concept is clear. So if the concept is clear, let's see the solution of this particular problem. So we have circumference of the bigger circle, that is the biggest circle, is equals to circumferences of the two circles of radii to 15 centimeter and 13 centimeter. I told you this one. So I told you if I call the circumference or the radius of the biggest circle to be capital R, then its circumference will be 2 pi capital R is equals to, now circumference of first bigger circle will be 2 pi into 15, I showed you, plus we have 2 pi into 13, that is the circumference of the next. So I have added the circumferences out here. Okay, so if you see here, I see 2 pi is common, so take out 2 pi common. So here 15 is left and here plus 13 is left. So see here 2 pi and 2 pi can be cancelled. So from here you see r is equals to 15 plus 13. So 15 plus 13 is how much? 15 plus 13 is 28. So we got the radius of the biggest circle. Now area is simple. So area is pi r square. Now put the values. So pi is 22 by 7. R is 28. So that's why r square becomes 28 into 28. So do the cancellations and multiply. You will get your area to be 2464 centimeter square. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down your solution. Let's have another question. So this is question number, okay, so this is my question number 17. Let's read the question. Okay, so a piece of wire of length 108 centimeter is bent to form a semicircular arc bounded by its diameter. So try and understand this case. So this is also a case of wire. So there's a wire whose length is given to be 108 centimeter. Okay. Now you are changing this or bending this and forming a semicircular closed boundary. So semicircle means it's the half of the circle. Okay. So if it is the half of the circle, then from here to here will be the half of circumference. So you know circumference is 2 pi r, isn't it? So half of circumference will be just divided by 2. So you get this much will be pi r. Now this will be the diameter. That's what the question says, isn't it? So if this is the diameter, then from here to here is r, and from here to here is also r. So altogether it becomes 2r, isn't it? Yes. See, from here to here is pi r, and from here to here is 2r. So what is the total length? So total length is pi r plus 2r. So this total length is actually the length of the wire, isn't it? So this will be equals to 108. Now question is asking, find the value of r, that is the radius, and the area enclosed, that is you have to find this area. Is that clear? Okay, so having understood the concept, let's see the solution. So we have, let the radius of the circle, semicircle be r. So length of the wire is given to be 108. I told you length of the wire will be equals to pi r, that is the arc, the curved part plus the diameter, which is 2r. So you know the value of pi is 22 by 7, or first you can take r common, so it becomes pi plus 2. So you have pi is 22 by 7. Simplify this, it becomes 36 by 7. So bring this 7 here and 36 to the denominator and do the cancellation. You get the radius to be 21 centimeter. Okay. We have next the area. Now see, since it is half of the circle, so that's why area will also be the half. So pi, you know pi is 22 by 7, and we have divided by 2 also. So r squared is 21 into 21. Now simplify this, do the cancellation and simplify. You get your answer to be 693 centimeter square. Okay. So you may pause the video and note down your solution. Let's see the last question. So the last question says, in the following figure, a rectangle ABCD encloses 3 circles. So you see the rectangle ABCD encloses 3 circles. If BC is 14 centimeter, okay, so if BC is given to 14 centimeter, find the area of the shaded portion. Okay, so remember this is given to be 14 centimeter. Let's see the solution. Now all of you know area of the shaded region will be, right? See, one more thing. See, if this is BC is my 14 centimeter, then this is also my 14 centimeter. So basically this becomes my diameter. Similarly, this is also my diameter and this is also my diameter. Okay, is the figure clear to you? So basically this BC gives you length of the diameter. Okay, so that's why by the given condition diameter of circle will be BC, which is equals to 14 centimeter. So if the diameter is 14 centimeter, then what will be the radius? The radius will be exactly half, that is 7 centimeter. That means the radius of each of these 3 circles will be 7 centimeter. So that's why we have length of the rectangle. Okay, so we have only this is given to us, BC. So length will be how much? See here carefully. This is also diameter, which is 14. This is also diameter, which is 14. This is also diameter, which is 14. So basically if you multiply or if you add the diameters 3 times, okay, then you get the length, isn't it? So length of the rectangle is nothing but 3 times the diameter, which is 3 into 14, which is equals to 42 centimeter. Okay, so we got the diameter length also. So we got length and we have got the breadth as well, right? So that's why we have area of the shaded portion. All of you know area of the shaded portion is found using this particular formula, area of bigger figure minus area of smaller figure. So here the biggest figure here is a rectangle, so that's why I've written area of rectangle in front, minus we have got 3 smaller figures to be 3 circles, so that's why I've written here 3 into area of the circle. Okay, now put the formula. So we have area of rectangle is length into breadth minus 3 into area of the circle is pi r square. So length is 42, breadth is given to 14, pi is 22 by 7, and radius is 7 centimeter. So r square becomes 7 into 7. So when you do the cancellation, then it becomes 588 minus 462, and when you find the difference, you get your answer to be 126 centimeter square. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down your solution, and with this we close our chapter on area of a trapezium and a polygon. Thank you very much.